Lucky you. You get to see. Which one is this? This is Fenris Triceps. T4R. Day. It's like 15. Part B. Yeah. So you notice I'm warming up my elbows. This is right after low-key chest. So they didn't really need warming up, but since I'm shooting a video, I'm going to do it anyway. Plus I'm redirecting blood to my triceps. You know, we finished with dips, so we did a transitional movement at the end of chest. And this is me doing 3 sets of 20 for triceps, to pump up the triceps. And, you know, between the wrist wrap and the elbow sleeve, my poor forearms were pretty aggravated. But, you know, that's how the cookie crisp crumbles, I guess. I don't know. Don't move too fast, huh? Let me see. Lydia, do her thing. And hopefully these videos aren't too long. She's flaring her hand out at the bottom. Palm down in a pronation. Brad's not cognizant of the location of the camera. There it is. Kevin's in the background. Yeah, I pretty much know the name of just about everyone at the gym. It's a cool gym. Iron City in Waterford, Michigan. Good form. Now notice his hand isn't pronating at the bottom. It's turning up. I don't know if that's relevant. Maybe you feel in the medial head better than the lateral head when you do that. I'd have to test it out to see. And then just because it's my anatomy's different from other people's anatomy, it may feel better for him to do it like that. You know, because it's different doesn't make it wrong. I learned that in social studies. I will bring the products out here and we will scoop them. So, using my intra to drive carbohydrates into the muscle. If we're about an hour into this workout, it's critical to have some carbs. More importantly, this has got glucose disposal agents, which work like insulin to drive nutrients into the muscle without actually spiking your insulin. Boy, I did a much better job shaving my right pec than my left pec. Sorry about that. So you get to see a little bit of my anal retentiveness as I test out how to feel my triceps. As you see, it's a 15-degree incline. I like to do 15-degree incline if I can, because it allows me to do leg drive without me sliding. But for the most part, my chest is flat. If I was to do a proper leg drive on a flat bench, it ends up being a decline, just because of how my arc is. Theoretically, I keep my elbows tucked in more, but the truth is my lats get in the way of that. Good warm-up. And, you know, I've got the suicide grip so I can keep my elbows tucked. And, you know, if you wrap your thumb, you can even get more tricep activation, but I get inflammation in one of the tendons in my elbow. So then it gets so bad, I can't lift anymore. With Lydia, she's got her elbows out a little more. There, she adjusted to make it more close grip. There, that looks more like close grip. Notice she's swimming a little bit where her elbow swims out. That's because she's needing to recruit that chest. The triceps ain't doing it on their own. And I took this angle so you could see how great her arc is. Very meticulous lady. I think she's loading my plates for me. Like a good mom and wife. Not my wife, not the mother of my kids, but, you know, definitely could do worse. Her husband, John, is a lucky man. So, 1, 2, 3. And you notice I'm not locking out because who gives a fuck? I'm getting about 90 to 95% extension using some leg drive, which I would not be able to do if I was flat. I would just slide right off the fucking thing. Gotta change the plates around. You know, I want to apologize for this not being better edited, but I can sing to you to keep you entertained. Are we going to see Brad's set? Let's see. Nope, it's Lydia's. Okay. Like I said in the last video, this is his first day lifting in years, so I was like, why put the pressure on him filming it? It's not like I don't love Brad. I love Brad with all my heart. But I've been friends with him since he was a freshman in high school. We just had a second kid. So, used to put up a lot of weight, so figured he'd want to get some of that old strength back before we put it on film, Too. So now these elbows are tucked in a lot better. The elbow staying under the bar the entire flight path. It wings out a little bit for some chest activation right there at her transition point. I think this is my Fenris set, where it's a drop set, and they're going to pull plates for me. So it's 275, and I assumed I would get 6 to 9, which is the goal for Fenris. 1, 2, 3, good leg drive. 4, 5, 6, and I rack it because I knew I wouldn't get another one. What I did is I put the 25 in between the 45s, so it'd be a full 90-pound drop from 275 to 185. If you don't do enough of a drop, you don't get your equal reps. But 666 is what I was going for. It looks like I got about 10 on this one. Stretching the chest out, not just doing a bloated whale. So this is my favorite superset. I actually go pretty heavy today. And this was a good day for weight for me. And it's the French press, not dissimilar to a skull crusher, but it's not a skull crusher. Then it's a throat press or guillotine press, hitting a different head of the tricep. There's long head with the French press. This is medial head, so right behind the elbow, and this is a lateral head. Some people will argue with that. It's partially how I just do it. And it's 10, 10, 10. And here's a little bit more weight for you. Some might think that this is a little sloppy, but I'm really not using the lats. I'm stretching out the long head and then contracting the long head. So there's going to be a little bit of body English. Looks like there's a lot of elbow movement, but watch the last 2 reps. So I'm intentionally stretching it. And then these 2 are strict because I wanted to keep the tension on the triceps. So it wasn't like I was using body English, not cheating is the proper way of putting it. That was too heavy, and then this was too heavy. It's in a couple partials. Then we move on to the last exercise, the tricep extension overhead. I like to do it with 2 arms rather than 1 arm. It's just because for some reason it's totally different for me with the left and the right. Which one would assume means that I should do it, and I do sometimes do it, but not when I'm doing low reps. I'm not going to do 1 arm low rep. I'm going to do 2 arm low rep. If I'm doing a high rep day, like Loki, then I'll do individual triceps. And then you get some trap involvement when you use 2 arms. You can really handle more weight. I think that's 85 pounds right there. A little bit of leg drive, and this is my abort. I've got a little abort switch. Important not to pinch your fat roll against your belt when you do that. Because pinch fat rolls are no one's friend. And then Lydia gets a set in. Just pulling it overhead a little bit. I think we correct that. Than ask anyone for help even spotting. Ah, good time. Good time. These look good.